You're now listening
to the Shameless Goat.
The Shameless Goats.
The Shameless Goat.
Hello, somebody. Hey,
What's up?
Yeah, what up? So y'all seen the red talk table, whatever that
Red
shit's
trash
called?
table talk.
Red
I've seen
trash.
that bullshit.
What happened? What happened on it?
With August. Well, no. So that's Jada Pinkett with Will Smith. They were talking about the situation with August Alsina where they had like a break. They were talking about how they were probably about to break up their marriage or whatever.
Wow.
And so she had a relationship with August Alsina, this R&B dude.
Now, check it. You gotta start from
the
what
get-go?
happened first. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're telling the red table talk.
So August, he came
A
out.
bitch ass nigga.
August, he came out. He did an interview with Angela Yee from Breakfast Club,
All right.
and talked about how he was in a relationship with Jada and how he loved her. He never loved somebody so complete, and that he feels like he could die happily knowing that he loved somebody so complete. So it was
Wow.
crazy.
Love a married woman.
It's a married woman.
Nigga stupid.
Now this rumor has been going on for a minute, but he was kind of confirming it. Not kind of. He was confirming it. Now her publicist or somebody came out and said that it wasn't true. Then Jada posted something saying that she needs to take a seat at her own table. And so today, whatever today's date is, her and Will talked about it, and it was wild.
That's crazy.
It was very wild because we had already known that they had a atypical type of situation. I don't think
too many
anybody-
rumors
Yeah,
every year.
swinging and all kind of shit. So this was kind of like interesting. I felt like we were at a time where we needed an explanation. Like that silent shit was like, all right, now come on. And they came together. They came up with a story, and they told it. I don't know that I believed it.
See, for me, the wildest part had to be August Alsina. Like, to be a real nigga in a situation where you fucking a married woman, nigga, don't talk, don't say nothing. You in the best position ever. You can tell that whole, like, you can literally tell a married woman, shut the fuck up, go home to your husband. You know what I mean? And keep it moving. Like, you shouldn't have any feelings with her.
Tony,
You are the, no, it's true, dog. You are the side dude, and you
But-
snitching.
But
That's just crazy
but
to
she
me.
is Jada Pinkett.
I don't give a
so
fuck.
The nigga
Yeah,
fell
that
in
don't mean
love with her.
No,
I'm not
no,
condoning
no.
what he said.
She's
Yeah.
still a married Jada Pinkett. And if she cheating with you, you got the best position.
Yeah.
Go home to your husband and your kids, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
That's why.
I mean, really, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fall in love with her. I'm gonna smash it whenever I want.
So I agree with you,
He
bro.
ruined a good
Fool,
thing.
If she get out of line, you say, I'm gonna tell your husband. That's
Nah.
all you gotta say.
So you don't got to do all that. But for me, you just don't come out and just tell people business.
Yeah.
Like, that's not your place to do.
Yeah.
Like, so I know that his heart wasn't in it. His heart wasn't in the right place because his album was coming out. It's like, bro, that's why you did it, because this happened years ago. So you
Yeah.
dropping this information now. You just trying to spike up
Right.
your album sales. That's what it's about.
This is when Will's supposed to slap the shit out of his ass. Because
Oh,
this is his wife now.
what?
This isn't your girlfriend anymore.
If I'm Will,
But
you owe
don't
me
they
a
have an
fade.
open relationship? I guess Will.
we don't know that. You can't say you had an open relationship. We don't know that.
There's always
Rumor.
rumors about them.
Yeah,
so.
but shit. Can't say that for sure.
That's
Well,
true.
fuck.
It's
Well-
implied though.
No, they didn't. They never implied that. They said that they were on a breakup, and then she slid on them, and that was cool for
I
them.
mean, but if you listen to the interview later on,
Sound like they cheated. That's all. It's not a whole bunch of cheating. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
open.
Who?
Yeah.
Will also? Will was cheating?
it sounded like a lot of people.
I
fucking up
think-
the
Yeah,
relationship.
exactly.
I think Will definitely cheated. That's my man's. I think he definitely cheated, and I say that because of this. He said on their thing that, hey, I want to get you back for it, and then she's like, well, I think you've already
Got me
did
back.
enough
Right,
getting me
right,
back.
right.
So that right there to me, yeah, you done slid off on her, bro. Like,
And who do you think was the wildest one in the relationship? Between
I-
I'm
to be
thinking
Will.
I don't
Jada.
know.
I'm thinking Jada.
I don't know.
Had to be Will.
you think
She
so?
said, "You already got me back, nigga. What the fuck?"
Maybe she gave him a couple threesomes. We can't
Oh.
really.
Well, you know what? You might right, because then I think when they took the break, he left her. Is
Yeah.
what they said.
Yeah.
So whatever the fuck she
Yeah.
did, fucking
Yeah.
on the roof or some shit with another nigga.
She probably was on some wild shit. And Jada looked like she that type of free spirit.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about nothing. Like, I'm ready to lose this shit.
Nigga, she fucking a psycho, so shit in the middle of her marriage,
Yeah,
whatever the
that's
fuck.
wild.
I think what pissed Will off though, because you could see it on his face that he hurt. He's still hurt
He
by
looked like
this.
he was crying.
He looked like he wanted to cry, but I think the problem is it's like, damn, one of your hoes got out of pocket.
Right.
Like none of the
Yeah.
bitches
Embarrass me.
I smashed, they don't get out of pocket.
They-
But
Yeah.
yours, So
Niggas out here.
that's what I think it was.
Niggas out here on CNN telling our business. What the
Yeah,
fuck, dog?
exactly.
And I think that's what it was. Before we had, everybody speculated that it might have been
Yeah.
swingers,
And they were
some
always
weird
denying
shit.
it. Always.
Always denied it, but now, nigga, it's confirmed. This nigga got, it's pictures with August Alsina and Jada, like he gripping this shit. I was like, yo, that's some wild shit I can ever imagine in my life. My wife.
And I think that's like the number one rule with niggas, like never let the side chick embarrass your your wife. You know what I
Never.
mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, she broke every rule about that.
Dog, did she? And when they were talking about it, he's asking her to like be straightforward and be open about it, and then she uses the word entanglement.
Yeah, entanglement.
I got into a little entanglement. Now, if it was me, I'd have been like, Jada, did you fuck that nigga? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Was that your man?
But
yes
you
or
know,
no?
Sound like they
Will
never-
can't say that. He knows he's on camera. He's not gonna be on camera. Did you fuck her?
Oh, that's
Sound like he
fucking-
never had that conversation to me, but they said they did. But no, bitch, say exactly what the fuck happened. Did he put a dick in your pussy? Let me know.
I'd have been that straightforward, bro. I would have
Straight
had
up.
to.
But not on camera. Not
On
him.
camera.
Not him.
That's what
his
the show was
career.
for.
Not like that. I mean, he can ask her questions, but not too.
Nah,
Everybody can see it. They're gonna have to edit it out, and it's not gonna come to the
So
public.
my question would be: do you guys think they had this was already like practice? Like they already, rehearsed
Talked
this
about it
shit,
before they did it on video, because they both actors.
Yeah.
The emotions could look real to us.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they had time to sit down for a while.
Yeah.
Kind of put everything together and say, okay, how we want to deliver this shit. And I think
True.
there's still some truths about it
I was wondering that, like, was it a production? Because both of them are professional, top quality actors. They could make us see whatever we want to see.
I think they talked about it.
Right, they had a discussion about.
But
what
I don't
we
think that was rehearsed.
Yeah.
So I think they were like, look, this is how far we're going to get into it. Let's go this deep. And,
Right.
and then,
this is off limits.
Exactly.
Don't mention this.
Because of the quality of the show, that has to be honest.
And some authenticity.
You know what I mean? It has to be authentic because that's her show. Like, she wants people to be open and authentic.
Right.
So I think they had to leave a little bit of room for that.
And that's why I think this was necessary. I know there's a lot of people who think that they shouldn't have addressed it at all. But to me, if she has that kind of
Yeah, because she
platform.
be having everybody else tell their truth.
Yeah, exactly. It can't be when you become the news, now you
Yeah.
don't want to talk about the
True.
news.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like what happened with Wendy Williams.
Right, she kinda
with
avoided
her
the situation.
husband.
Yeah, she kept avoiding her own situation.
Yeah,
But it's like,
and
bitch,
she'll talk trash about people
Right.
all the
we don't
time.
want to talk about nobody but you right
Yeah.
now.
Right. Yep. Yeah, you can't be in that position and then not talk about that.
So I'm glad they actually had the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm just mad it took so long, to get to it. Because it's like, come on, what the fuck?
I think I'm more sad about like society. Like, we wanted to see that, I guess, and it
Yeah, they
shouldn't
did
be
it in
that way
public.
when and it's a marriage. You want to keep the sanctity of marriage, and that's the part that kind of hit me. Like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. They got to do this.
I
Or they
liked
chose
it.
to do this.
I mean,
True.
I ain't married, so but like, cause they're professionals, they're public figures, so they had to do it on a public space, and why not on her show?
Because they don't necessarily have to, but they chose to because of the show.
Yeah,
I think.
so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they have to do it because they're public figures. I'm saying that, one, it's always a good thing to control your narrative, and two, because she has that particular platform.
Right.
If she didn't have that particular platform,
everybody.
then I wouldn't say
Right.
anything.
Then she's doing it on Oprah.
No, you don't have to do anything.
No.
To me, at least to me, you don't have to do anything. But it's because you have that. Just like if you're Wendy Williams, yeah, Wendy, you got to talk about some stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's been treating Wendy poorly for some time apparently. So Wendy had to finally address it.
Okay. I don't really watch Wendy Williams' show, so I don't really know
that
what
shit
the fuck
trash.
going on.
I learned about Wendy
Her
from
husband
Charlemagne
cheated.
the God from the
Right.
Breakfast
Like,
Club.
I
That's
know
how
her
I learned
husband
about
cheated,
Wendy.
but
Yeah. So that was pretty much the whole situation with Wendy, as far as I remember. She didn't want to talk about it. Buddy had a whole relationship with somebody else. But that be the sleaze thing right there. Right
Yeah.
there. And then I had a situation at a job that I used to work at where my coworker's husband was cheating because he was away somewhere. And what was the thing that she said hurt her was the public embarrassment.
True.
Absolutely.
And so that's what to what we were talking about
Will.
earlier.
Will
'Cause
was
that's-
like, bitch, I should shoot you. Yeah, that little look on his face like, this is what we got to do right now? You brought me to the fucking red table talk?
True.
Yeah.
So you say your coworker, he worked with her?
No, it's a she.
Okay.
Her husband cheated, and the side chick had messaged her and showed her all types of pictures
That's
and
kinda-
stuff.
That's pretty common.
These
Bitches do that
side
shit.
chicks are.
So she did a August Alsina. That's pretty much what it was. And she was like, man, if I would have caught him and nobody else knew, we could have handled it differently. But that public embarrassment, knowing that when I'm around you and certain people, they're seeing this. And I've seen this happen, oddly enough, I've seen this happen 2 times in 2 different jobs that I worked at. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy in the workplace.
You gotta watch your bitch at the work, right? they be having like work husbands, man. I ain't with the fuck shit.
Hell no.
I remember one of my exes was like, "Oh, that's my work husband."
Yo,
I'm
what?
Like, bitch, what?
Yo, what?
I said that shit dead, nigga. I said don't bring the nigga no food. Don't take his food. He can't buy you lunch.
No, she took the food you made to that nigga the next day.
That's funny.
Shouldn't me. I FaceTime and I took her out for a whole week straight, so she couldn't even sit with the nigga no more.
It'd be crazy when it go down at the work, man. I seen this dude. He came to the office looking for his wife, like, and they buzzed people like, "Yo, have you seen such and such?" And she was out with some other dude making a dude. Yeah, her work husband.
Yeah, beat in the car.
It's crazy, but that's wild. He's texting her or calling her, and she's not responding. And then he shows up to the job, and then I'm pretty sure she must have been like, "Oh yeah, I'm just at work, or I was busy." And he like, "Nah, bitch, I'm at your job right now. I'm at your desk."
Ain't no more coming back from that because you lose your job and you lose your man. That shit done. So what are the rules for working in relationships? Then, do you date people you work with?
I have.
I'd like to. I mean, that's like, it's so stupid because I mean, you want to be a professional, right? But like, you're near these people most of the day.
8 hours pretty much,
and that,
more than your
family.
family.
But that's the more reason you shouldn't even fuck with it, because then if it goes sour, you're seeing
Still
this
seeing
person
the
every fucking day. Now you got a bad relationship. There's animosity in the air. Like,
I mean, it don't have to end bad. Why it gotta be negative?
In most cases, relationships work.
I'm cool with all my exes, most of them.
You only got 2.
I got more than 2, buddy. Come on, man, you tripping?
But you don't want to see your exes after you break up with them every day.
That shit is awkward,
I mean,
bro.
some exes, some of them, I don't mind talking to any of my exes. I keep up with all. I keep up with all of them.
Yeah, but it's every day.
If they don't want to keep up, then it's different. I don't mind keeping up.
It's awkward, bro. It's awkward because I've been in that situation multiple times. I've had 2 legit girlfriends come from my job, and then when you're going through it, and then personally, and then you got to see them at work, you just looking at them with that side eye, like,
that's funny.
You don't want to eat lunch with them no more. Like, that's like, dog, no, I'm finna eat lunch with the homies, dog. You go over there. That shit's weird.
I guess it depends on how much you care for them. Cause like one of my exes, I mean, I still go to her for advice at times. She's pregnant and married.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the difference between what you're talking about, what I'm talking about, is you're seeing them all the time. There's no space.
Exactly.
Well, when you dating females, you don't want to see them all the time. Period.
At all.
After you done with them, you definitely don't want to see them anymore.
At all.
Like, the shit is done.
Not every day.
Hell no.
You can
8
talk.
hours a day.
I don't want to see my exes ever.
Right? Family.
Nigga, no. Listen, man.
Why y'all so negative?
It's not about
Because we done.
Y'all used to care for him, love him, and now it's like all this negative energy.
No, me, I don't mind seeing you, talking to you, but I don't want to see you every
Every
day.
day.
Yeah.
That's
Every
the
day?
issue.
Nah.
You just weird.
So it's just at work. It's just how often you
It's
see
8
them.
hours a motherfucking day. I don't want to see you, bro. I don't see you 8 hours a day when I'm with you.
True.
That's your nigga.
And if something goes wrong in a relationship, now we're taking our business somewhat to the job. Now you wake up with an attitude.
I mean, you don't have to take it up.
You can't say that. You can't control your emotions. Well, females people have a hard time.
I know.
People have a hard time controlling their emotions and shit carry on to the workplace. People looking at y'all like, what's wrong with y'all?
It do.
Fuck?
It's tough. I've been there. I'm trying to tell you.
Come to work in different cars and see what people
She
don't know.
throwing files at your motherfucking desk. Nigga, the man's full.
Here, nigga.
Nah,
Imagine you at your job and your girl's like, "No, we need to go talk outside." Like,
Right.
no.
in front of everybody.
Not at work, sweetheart. Like maybe on
Yeah.
lunch break or whatever.
Y'all not eating together, and people notice that shit. People notice energy, dog. And the shit be bad. Everybody pick up on it. Not everybody in your business.
So none of y'all want to have a relationship with anyone on the job.
No,
I'm forward. No.
Shit, I married somebody from the job.
All right. You see, you did it. And
No,
it worked out.
But we didn't work directly together. Like, we still worked apart. We see each other in the hallway, but that's cool. But never would I work with like a direct coworker. I mean, I've tried it before, and the shit just don't work.
I don't know, man.
Like,
If your wife would have been your close, you still would have talked to her.
But
It's
see,
not
I
like
think
just because
I'll
y'all
try
would have
to
been
avoid-
the
I
same
can't say that.
department, you wouldn't have talked to her and
Nigga.
marry her.
I can't say that. I mean, I want to say that she was the one for me, but like I know myself, like I don't try not to get into it with coworkers.
Wow, that's crazy.
I try not to because the shit get ugly, dog.
It do. It'd be embarrassing moments. So imagine you fuck up at the job and your supervisor's going in on you, and then your girl is watching. Like that shit happened to me before. Where like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was doing shitty at the job one day. I had a duck ass supervisor, and he was like being loud about something that I had messed up on. Now my girl is over there and she could see it, and I'm super. At first, I would have been embarrassed regardless, but I'm more embarrassed because my girl is there, and so now I'm defensive about it. Especially back then, I was a lot younger, so I'm looking at this nigga like, "Hey man, we could square up. Like you don't gotta be embarrassing me in front of my lady like that." And he knew, and that's why I took offense to it. I was like, "Nigga, you know that's my girl, and the way you talking to me like that, like bro."
Now we gotta lose our job.
Yeah, we gotta lose our job.
That's funny.
Like
Straight up.
I've dated somebody from the workplace, like a direct coworker before. She was bad. I won't even say dated. It was a Christmas party. Niggas was drunk. We went back to the crib.
That's it.
Nigga, I tried the fuck. Shit just didn't work out like I thought it would. The liquor hit me kind of hard, dog.
Nigga had limp.
Embarrassing the next day,
funny.
though. Like you gotta understand. That's why you don't fuck with it, because they go back and they tell everybody.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Everybody.
Let me tell you about Tony.
I'm walking
Limp Dick Tony.
Nigga, they was waiting on me, though. I'm walking through that bitch like I'm going through the fucking valley of death, dog.
That's
you know what's
funny.
crazy? Even at my job right now, right? So I work with predominantly women, and so I find myself having to wear sweats. As you can see, I'm wearing sweats now.
Nigga try to show his camel toe.
No. Let me tell you the reason. When I used to dress up with, my fitted slacks or whatever. Oh damn, Mike, boy, that shit look big. I'm like, yo,
They would say that?
yeah.
That's sexual harassment. You gotta follow
I'm
that.
not doing that shit. Number 1. Number 2, it was just weird because it's like, damn, it got so awkward that I started finding myself wearing looser pants, and now I just fucking wear black sweats every fucking day. And it's crazy, and it's like,
You like a female
Now you know
walking
how
through a
it
crowd of
feels.
niggas.
yeah. And it's like, I've had them, Mike, you gonna pull it out and show us? I'm like, what? I say,
This nigga work at Coco.
even if I wanted to, it'll make the shit awkward. Now I'm hearing little snap. They go big dick Rick, big dick Mike. It's just awkward. And it's like,
Wait,
what's
did you
crazy?
say Rick?
No,
Big Dick Rick.
I did not. But,
Wait a minute, dog.
but the thing is, I wouldn't even want them to look at me like that. You know what I'm
Why?
saying? Especially if I don't want to date y'all.
feel
It's
like
just
a-
awkward.
Like a piece of meat,
piece of
dog.
meat.
Yeah.
You don't want the attention?
It sounds
I
like a
don't
bitch,
want it.
but
You should slide.
I feel like a bitch. Well, now we know what females feel like.
that shit don't feel
When
good.
it's
I
one
know.
girl in the room and it's a bunch of niggas and everybody like, what's up, baby? Can you holler at you? And they
Yeah.
like, now I feel like it.
Nah, you tripping.
Nigga, it be the old ladies that work to make you feel bad. Hey, baby, what the fuck, bitch? Close your eye.
Thank God I don't work with
Hey,
nobody.
it's a cesspool at jobs, bro. Cause I had a job, like a office job, like the office, and everybody in that bitch was fucking.
What job
Wow.
You know the job, bro.
was that? Oh, let's go ahead and say the name. Fuck it. I say the name.
You know the
You
job.
calling people's house?
I say the name. You
You
want
can
to
say the name. I don't know what you're talking
You talking
about.
about
But
Kaiser University?
Hello.
That was Michael
Somebody.
Bloody.
That's funny.
No, niggas was fucking in that job, bro. I'm talking about fucking. Like, yo,
How?
she
On
was
the
college.
job?
on the job, out before work, after work, nigga, it was a cesspool.
Wow.
Like married people was cheating. I'm like, I never seen so many. It almost made me not want to get married because I'm like, I see some married motherfuckers in this bitch cheating. Let me tell you something. I think I said this before, but I have seen motherfuckers who's either in the military or their spouses in the military. 100% of the motherfuckers is cheating.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, that be going down in the
Well,
military.
Peter, what do you want to say about that?
It's true, man. There's a lot of people who in the military, like,
Loose.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
But isn't it predominantly men in the military? So y'all was
Like-
fucking each other?
nah, like,
Ooh.
especially on deployments, man, because, like, I was in the infantry, and it was like, what, 120 people in a unit, in a company, and maybe 10 or 12 are women out of 120 guys there.
Oh, shit.
So I seen some women who were married. I seen
Because you about to die, though, right? So you just got to live your life.
dang, they get harassed so much. I felt sympathy
But
for
where
some
they
of them.
fucking?
Yeah, like, I mean, you see young, a lot of girls got sent home. A lot of them get pregnant, get sent home, no investigation, no follow up.
What, you mean like raped? You said
Rape
investigation.
happened. No, because there's supposed to be no fraternizing on the deployment. You're
I
supposed to
didn't know
focus
that.
on the mission.
Okay.
So, like, some units were loose, man. It'll be like the platoon sergeant, the company commander, the first sergeant.
It be like that.
And then they just have no investigation because it's against regulation. It's supposed to be no fraternizing. Supposed to focus, and then like,
So
I mean, I felt sorry for some of these ladies because I know they were getting harassed.
So imagine me. I'm at my job, and there's a bunch of coworkers who have spouses that are in the military. They find out that their husband or their wife is cheating, and then they retaliate by also cheating. So this is what I'm seeing at my job,
Right.
and not just the job that he mentioned, but other jobs that I've been at, and not just military spouses. But it's just when you're in an office, you're with people 8, 9, 10 hours a day.
You get to know them.
You get to know them,
So
and
I'm guessing
that's
you had
where
a
it go
good time.
down.
That's why
You
you
had a
got.
good time.
That's
Had a
why
good
you
time.
gotta
Okay.
marry someone that you can keep an eye on,
a
right
good time.
next door.
Ooh, he rubbed his hands on you, right?
Yeah, hey, Tony did the right thing.
Nigga, I didn't marry her to keep my eye on her. I ain't give a fuck.
You can,
It's trust,
That's
dog.
why you gotta watch him, man.
So
Have him in the
Nah.
next
That's why
office.
you only have two.
So have any of y'all ever fucked somebody at work?
While at
Nah.
work.
I attempted, and my shit got blasted the next day.
You
What
did
mean?
it?
Oh, you mean like at the premises?
At work?
Oh, that's like
Yeah,
from work.
yeah, at
Oh,
work.
Yes, I have.
From
Damn.
work, yes, but not
Yes,
at
We,
work.
I knew it was coming with you.
probably was from Kaiser.
I
Military
never
wife.
said that. I ain't never say that.
Was it a corporal wife?
All I said, I did it at a job. Yes.
We're in the bathroom.
No, on the desk, in different places.
But how? How
After
the hell? How
hours?
do
What
people
the
do
fuck?
that
Hey, man.
at work?
Hey,
Dang.
Copy
No,
machine? nigga?
no details.
can't get details. I don't know who listened to this. But
That's funny.
What year was that?
hey, but something that, and I swear to God, I'm telling the truth right now. Something that a homeboy did that I did not do. He smashed on a supervisor desk. I was trying to pull that off so much.
Oh, you
dog.
wanted to do that?
Hell yeah.
Well, you want to leave the funk on the desk?
Nigga, I just wanted. He did it.
Bust on that nigga
He
seat.
told me he did it. I was like, dog, I gotta do it. He was like, yeah, I smashed on the desk. I was like, oh, nigga, I tried so many. I tried at every job I had since then.
Oh, y'all have some crazy fantasies.
I
bro.
tried.
I want to know at this point, what kind of jobs were these? What the
For
fuck were these
real?
jobs?
All office jobs,
Okay,
different kinds of office jobs.
so what's the worst job you ever had?
The worst job I ever had.
Hmm.
Ooh, I've had so many jobs. I was a garbage man for 4 hours.
What the hell? 4 hours?
Yeah. So I did a contract job with somebody that y'all know. Well, we'll just leave that part out.
I know who you're talking about.
And so I didn't know that it was going to be a garbage man position until I got there. And so when they said it, I was so far. I was like, down south. So I was just like, you know what? I'll try this. I just want to see it. So
Nigga.
I'm doing the job or whatever. And I'm not going to lie. I have so much respect for these niggas, man, because they truly work hard.
Right.
But the reason why my shit was cut short, it was a female on the truck with me.
Hey, you
So-
fucked on the
Shit,
job?
No.
She busted
In the
his
trash.
ass.
Nah, so we were throwing stuff in the truck. She had a bag and it had 2x4s in it, and she slung it without looking, and I'm not looking because and it hit me on my left elbow, and I couldn't move my arm, bro. And she looked at me like, "Well, you shouldn't have been paying attention." And I swear to God, I looked at her and I was just like, I want to punch you dead in your shit right now, because I was like, if my arm don't fucking work, and the best you got is I should have been looking. No, bitch, you should have been looking.
So I know the job you're talking about. You probably was working with Steve. Because I'm gonna tell you why I did the same shit. So what's funny about it was that the nigga dad had contract, with the county. So I started seeing Steve with big boy cash. Like, this is like niggas in college. I was in college. Steve got the 22s on the Toyota. He riding around. That bitch got a candy paint. I'm like, this nigga got a young. I'm like, this nigga living life. So I'm like, Steve, what you doing, bro? He's like, nigga got the contract, man. So I'm like, all right, man, shit, that's what it is.
Put me on, nigga. Put me
Put
on.
a nigga on. So I had
Yo, put you on that truck.
it was so fucking crazy because he was working like the weed eater at the actual dump.
Right.
He wasn't really dumping the trash. He was at the dump site.
The easy
cutting the
job.
grass,
Yeah.
So I get out there my first day and I'm like, yeah, nigga, what's up, bro? And he's like, yeah, man, so you got to holler at your soup right quick. So I'm like, all right, what's up? What we doing? What I got to cut? He's like, nah, you getting on the truck. I said, I'm getting on what? So you getting on the truck. I said, all right. Damn, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I got on that shit, nigga, I want to say 15 minutes in. I say, oh, hell no. These niggas be in shape. So
Don't that shit smell?
The smell is part of it. The worst part is that these niggas, before they had the machines that actually pick the
Yeah,
garbage
this
up,
was back in the day.
the trucks don't really stop.
Yeah,
They go
slow.
They go
yeah.
slow. So you're literally running from house to house, grabbing the shit, you're tossing it, swinging the shit back, and making it have. And the garbage got to stand up. You're swinging it back, and then running to the next house while that truck doesn't even really stop.
Yeah.
And doing all this shit, I'm brand new. These niggas like, man, don't slow us down, nigga. Because what happens is they may work 3, 4, 5 hours and get paid for the whole day.
Oh, I feel you.
Because they were working with the county. We were on temps. So as a temp, we got to work. We only get the hours we work.
Yeah.
But the driver like, nigga, we do this shit in 3, 4 hours.
And
And we done for the rest of the day. We get paid for the whole day. So I'm like, nigga, slow down, bitch. Like, I'm out of shape.
And
like
you were athlete. You were athlete.
I'm an athlete. So
Yeah.
it's like, yo, what the fuck going on? And these niggas strong. It's blood niggas throwing shit. Boom, doom, doom, doom. I'm like, yeah, this can't. I did that shit, nigga, till lunchtime.
Dang.
Did about 3 hours. I said, yeah, this is it. Last time I ever came back to that shit.
Dang.
Yeah. No, they had to call a truck to come get me, man. We got to some intersection. They made a call. They was like, yeah, we got an injury. And yeah, they came and picked me up. And it was like, oh, you kind of soft. Oh, you can't just work through it. I was like, bitch, with one arm, cuz? With one arm, cuz?
Your first date now.
No,
It's
first-
a whole technique to how they toss the shit and everything now.
But I will say this. People are super nice. Like, little kids was coming up and saying hi. They was handing you stuff.
Gatorade.
They were giving you Gatorades. Lady gave me beer. Like she gave us like a case of beer. I was like, "Skame, nigga."
That's actually how I found out where Dwayne Wade lived.
Oh, that's what's up.
We were riding around in Pinecrest, and this was when he first got with the Heat. Like maybe his second or third year. We drove by his house, but
I don't think my shit was that bad. I worked at Boston Market. Probably was the worst for me.
oh yeah,
That shit's terrible, though. Like, first it was me and the Spanish boy that started. They put him as a cook, nigga. They told me to get back to the dishes, nigga.
Oh, no.
Nigga, what? I thought dishes like cool. Dishes, whatever. Ain't no dishes at Boston Market.
It ain't.
Nigga, no, nigga. They cook their food, dog.
Oh.
Nigga, I'm washing pots all fucking day.
Hell no.
And then when I'm done with that, I gotta marinate the chicken. Nigga, I dropped so many chickens on the floor, nigga.
They fired your
I
ass.
hope you threw it out, Tony.
I ain't throw shit out, nigga. I ain't want to lose my job, nigga.
This nigga said, oops.
Wait a minute.
Oops.
Nigga, I'm talking about
Oh,
whole
talking about
chickens, nigga.
cooked chick- it was
Nigga,
cooked too?
Raw, uncooked chicken, nigga.
Okay.
I'm shaking them shits up and dropping them bitch on the floor. Ain't nobody looking, nigga. Throw that bitch back in the bag.
Lord have mercy.
Heat it up. That shit was good as fuck, I bet.
Yeah, no, washing dishes is horrible. I worked at the Seminole Hard Rock, and so this nigga that I seen, he was like, yo, at the barbershop, he was like, yo, I'm hiring if niggas need a job, and I needed a job at the time. So I told him I wanted to be a bartender or a dealer. He said I could start you off as a bar back. Y'all know what a bar back is? Like, okay,
No.
assistant.
And then
Nah.
he go get the bottles.
Something like that. Just say assistant
errand boy.
bartender.
Errand
So-
boy.
So I get there. I'm thinking I'm gonna be a bar back because at the time it was $10 an hour plus tips. I was like, that's kind of straight. Yo, this nigga did not have me do bar back. He was like, dog, you got to do the dishes in the cafeteria or whatever. And I was like, I got to do what?
Hell
and
no.
dog, nigga, it's like a assembly line all
Hot water.
fucking day, hot water. I got burnt. My whole shit was burned. That shit was horrible. You had to scrape shit. All that.
That's
It was
crazy. They gotta give you gloves
horrible.
or something.
Oh, and I quit that job. I remember it was like either the Olympics or the U.S. Open or no, I'm sorry. What's the shit with the soccer shit called?
FIFA or some
World
shit?
Cup.
World Cup. It was either World Cup or the Olympics. I know soccer was on, so I was on my lunch break and I was like, "Fuck this job," and
Yeah,
I
that's
quit
crazy.
during my lunch break because I had the interview with Kaiser at the time, and I quit on faith. I was like, "Man, Kaiser finna hire me, dog. Fuck this shit."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
What was
lot
yours?
of quitting. Any of y'all ever been fired from a job?
Hell yeah, nigga.
Hey, I probably got fired from 90% of my fucking jobs. nigga.
Wow, really?
I just.
I bet that's not what your resume say.
You better believe it though. Like, the fuck? You know, what it was is that I was in college, you know, so my whole mindset was like, I worked at once upon a time, you know, the Polo Factory store in Dolphin Mall, 'cause I was
Okay.
at FIU. I worked down there. I worked at Victoria's Secret, so it was always like, nigga, I don't need this shit. Anybody said anything sideways? Nigga, I don't need this shit, bitch. I'm in college, nigga.
Fool, you
That's
worked at
funny.
Victoria's Secret?
I did. I worked in the stock room though, and there was a lot of females.
Yeah,
that
nigga, don't
surprised
laugh.
me.
I applied for
There's a lot
Victoria's
of
Secret.
hoes.
I tried
Yeah,
during
you
college
look like you
too.
look like a 6. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of babies out there, man. But there was all
What?
boys, so I ain't really care for them, though. But
some creeps.
I worked. My worst job might have been might have been UPS because I got hired fresh out of high school.
True.
And the job I had was like an unloader. So they had the 18-wheelers come in. They had a conveyor belt, and they would open up the 18-wheeler. That shit was hot, nigga, 120 degrees in that shit. And they got a belt, and it slides right into like the truck. And me and probably one other person at the most would have to break down all these boxes, put on a conveyor belt, and sometimes you had boxes falling on you. And we were throwing people shit, nigga. It was funny when I stopped working at UPS. I said, man, I don't ever want to ship with these niggas at all. Like,
bro,
they throwing shit, nigga. I'm throwing shit across the room. This shit say fragile. Nigga, fuck. We throwing this shit like shot put, like way across the room.
Damn, that's bad, man. Y'all could break these.
Nigga.
But you know what it was? We only got paid so that job we probably worked 3 hours a fucking day. And then at the end of the week, we got a check for like $125.
So I had the same exact job. UPS was my very, very first job.
Mine
I
too.
think you worked at FedEx.
Nah, nigga.
You didn't work at FedEx? Yeah, I don't know what I thought. But anyways, I worked at UPS. I had the same exact job. Bro, that shit was hard work, bro.
It was slavery.
It was hard. And I got it not the same time as him, but the same kind of timing because it was my first job right at a high school before I got to FAU. Nigga, it's dog.
Slavery.
I was tossing boxes. I was like, no.
Because you get so tired of you just get so tired.
Just throwing people shit.
I was working with the Oyes, in Hialeah, the West Hub. So they were just like, hey, faster, man, faster. I'm like, yo, calm the fuck down, Carlos. Because if this shit following me, nigga, you don't care about my health, nigga, fuck you. Like, it was crazy because it was just hard-ass labor for so little pay. Like, at the end of the week, I'm able to buy a pair of fucking sneakers. And not even Jordans, nigga. Some Air Force Ones, nigga. My check was $125.
But the good thing about UPS though, they give you hours. So like when it was closer to 4th of July, for people are shipping, especially fireworks, so they gave you a whole bunch of overtime. So they like, yo, work. So my longest shift actually wasn't because of the 4th, but my longest shift was when the conveyor belt broke. And so the way the packages come, there's something at the ceiling, and the boxes go through a conveyor belt from the ceiling all the way down to the trucks. So it broke from the top. So because I was one of the newer people, I literally climbed the conveyor belt and pushed the boxes down. I was so happy.
I ain't doing that.
Oh, dog, trust me, it was just easy to push the boxes down. I did that shit for I did that like for an extra 8 hours to my shift, and I worked the night shift, so I worked late. Like I started at 10, 11.
And you're gonna be tired. It's night shift. You're gonna fall asleep all the way at the top of the roof.
Hey, fool! I didn't come home till like 8, 9. And my mom was like, "Where the fuck were you for real?" And I was like, "Mommy, I was working." I was like, "Look at me!"
That's crazy.
But that shit was those checks when you worked overtime was beautiful because I knew niggas who was they was buying cars off of that shit. They was balling. They was in the club.
So you wasn't working full time, bitch, because I was working part time, nigga, 15, 20 hours a week.
So they'll give you hours. So that's something that's good. They'll just give you hours. So I wasn't supposed to be working 40 hours, but if they had it available, then nigga work 50, 60
that's
hours.
That's good, man.
So what about you, Peter? You never had a job that you didn't
That's
like?
funny. No, I had jobs being fired. Actually, there was only one. I've only been fired one time.
Well, I didn't get fired from that job, but I'll tell you about that one. But go ahead.
Yeah, the person who fired me, all of us know who he is. He's an important person in the community, and I was working for his security company, and I was kind of conceited because my dad owned the security company, and they were friends and stuff. I'm like,
oh, so you knew how to security guard?
Yeah, I did security in high school and college, and like I was always too confident because I'm like, my dad owned the company, my dad know everybody in the business, and
let me ask you something. I don't know if you remember this, dog. It was a while back when you was working security in Main Street.
Oh yeah,
dog. So I was on a date, and I'm walking, and I see
Peter?
Somebody, and I'm like, damn, that dude looks so familiar, and I was like, oh shit. I tell whoever I was with, I was like, yo, that's my cousin Peter. This nigga Peter starts running after some dude. Yeah. And then I stop him. I say, Peter, why are you chasing this nigga? He was like, I don't remember what you said, but I was like, dog, who cares what he did, bro?
Top flight security.
I think Junior, Tyler. I saw Mr. out there once, and Junior, and I was chasing some kids because that's your job.
You tripping?
They not supposed to be stealing.
Dog, Peter. Bro,
Nigga had a whistle.
That shit was hilarious
and
to
a
me.
flashlight.
I was fast, right?
Huh?
I was fast?
Yeah, he was chasing this nigga. Hey, the nigga was looking back like, fool, why you still chasing me, dog?
What were you gonna do?
Exactly, what were you gonna do?
You can't grab him.
Nah, you grab him. Hell yeah,
That's
you
a
grab him.
lawsuit.
Fuck that. You
That's a
grab him.
lawsuit.
Dude, you're security. That's your job.
No,
Security,
no,
put your hands on people.
You supposed to get a pen
Yes, you
and paper.
can. You're security.
Bro.
Oh,
Yes, you
No,
can.
You're a moron.
Well, I don't know.
That's
I
why
mean,
they fired your
maybe
ass.
people would, well, not that job. That was a different job.
Nigga was out here grabbing
They would have
kids.
given me a promotion at that
Nigga
job.
was
Oh,
grabbing
Otis, that boy.
juveniles.
oh, Otis.
Dog, that's too funny to me, dog. I forgot who I was. I legitimately forget who I was with, but we was cracking up, dog.
Nah, but finish your
Yeah,
story.
finish your
though.
story.
Oh yeah, so I was fired for coming to work because you're not supposed to sleep in security guard jobs, and I always work the night shift. I'm a student during the daytime. Like, what do you think gonna happen? I mean, so yeah, I was asleep at one of these shifts, and then the supervisor caught me, and
Took a picture.
yeah, that happened also, and then yeah, it was actually. Should I tell the people who it was?
Nah,
You know who it was.
nah.
Yeah, but the dude knew my dad, and my dad talked to him, and there was nothing my dad could do because it was like, it was a county contract in the county. It wasn't his security company; it was the county who found it. And then he's like, I could lose the contract, and it's worth a lot of money. And
Yeah, that nigga was
Get rid of your ass.
yeah,
You gotta go, bitch.
fuck your son. Yeah.
And then
And-
you gotta tell.
Oh yeah, and I actually I thought one time that my paycheck was fucked up. and then this dude he actually he went to our church, and so like it was one time after church service we always be out and having food and stuff, and I went up to him right at the front door of the church. I said, hey man, I think my paycheck is messed up. You guys didn't count it right. And he actually was kind of nice about it, but he just told me like. He started showing me the numbers. He pointed out. He said, "And if you ever come and do this again, I'll fire you." Yeah, I was
You
like,
try to step to the boss at church, though.
yeah, I felt stupid at the end because I'm like, damn, my paycheck was right. I just don't make no money.
And so you know what's funny? I actually had a security job too, but I was like you. I was reckless.
Yeah,
I mean, I ain't care.
I was very reckless because my dad was a business owner with them.
I ain't really care about the jobs. I just paid a check. I was in college, so I remember I worked doing security too, and I worked at this place called Turnberry Ocean Colony. It's on Sunny Isles, like
Damn,
you
I
heading
should have been
towards,
fired so many times.
heading towards Bar Harbor. And so I worked like the front desk, and there's always two of us in the office. And so I think I worked maybe from like 11 to 7. Nigga, at Turnberry Ocean Colony, it's like multi-millionaires. You know, there's 2 towers. So I would do my little rounds, you know, with the little fob thing. And I was just like, fuck this shit. I'm tired. Like, so
It was a night shift or the day
it was
shift?
a night shift, nigga,
All
from
right.
11 to 7.
All right.
So straight up, man, they ended up catching me sleeping in the they had a lady spa. I was in a lady spa, laid out, nigga, with a comfort
What?
and everything.
Go
Like,
sleep in the man's room, not the lady
no,
room.
you know, because what I thought was that it's a spa, nobody's gonna come in this shit.
Women will come in there.
No, but it's overnight, nigga.
Yeah,
It's 11
it's
to 7.
closed.
It's closed, but it's a spa. So
So
I'm
I
in
had
that
a
bitch.
comforter.
Nigga, I had a comforter, nigga. I'm laid out, nigga, on the
Oh,
table.
you tripping there with a cup?
So why I had to be a little, the little cleaning lady came through and took a picture of me, and I heard the shit. I heard the shoulder go, shung. And so the next morning, the guy was like, hey, you know, just so you know, we're losing this contract. I'm starting.
Oh shit!
But no, what happened was he was a manager. He was a site manager. So another company came and I guess took the contract from the company we worked for. So he was like, I'm going to be over the new contract. They hired me to take over this new site, and yeah, you got to go. And I was like,
You a
man,
liability, dude.
I was like, well, fuck it. Oh well, you know. At that point, I couldn't care. I could care less. But I just remember, you know, I've had some, you know, I won't say a lot of shitty jobs. I probably had like 4 or 5 hours in college. You know, after college, everything got better. You know, better jobs. You know, better situations.
Oh man, I had shitty jobs, man. I had this one job where we had to go door to door to get people to sign up for
AT&T?
something. No, not AT&T. Something to have to do with preserving Florida natural waters.
All right.
And whatever. I don't recall the details, but I know me and my brother went, and the job was based in Boca, but the neighborhood that we went to was in Royal Palm Beach. I don't know if y'all know where that's at. That's
West Palm.
It's West Palm.
In the hood, ain't it?
No, hell no.
Okay.
It was white. And so me and my brother were the only black people. They separated us. So I'm walking by myself, and I'm going door to door. Somebody called the police.
Wow.
Yeah, and they, you know, there was like some niggas is in the neighborhood, and police stopped me. And as soon as just their conversation, Like, he was questioning me. I had all my papers and everything, and the way he was questioning me, I already knew, like, it didn't matter what I said. What they wanted was for me to leave. So I just stayed right where I was at, waited for the bus to come, not the company van that took us to that neighborhood. And I told my brother when we was in there, I was like, hey, I ain't doing this shit no more.
You know what's funny? We got a lot of similar jobs, nigga.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I heard
I
it.
remember I did something similar too, but it was with like AT&T. So what we did was we had to walk to, I think this is way before you first even came out. We walked to like people's doors in like Fort Lauderdale, knock on the door. We had like a little brochure pamphlet, and we tried to get people to sign up with, you know, AT&T. So, hey, you know, you're with Comcast right now, sir. But we could, if you join AT&T right now, you can save 75% on your cable bill. And it's like, nigga, ain't nobody changing this shit with a nigga with a T-shirt on that don't even say AT&T. I had on a regular polo, and I remember knocking on people's doors, dog, and I probably did like 3 of them bitches. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I doing right now?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and mind you, we had to ride our own cars out there. Then the first day we worked, they were like, oh, this is just a trial period. We want to see how you guys work to see, you know, if we want to bring you on, because you guys are going to ultimately be subcontractors, you know, from AT&T. Like, you're going to be your own business. And I'm like, so I just did a whole 8 hours for free. Then niggas got me.
Yeah,
And that was and that was it, though. I ain't called back no more. And then you had to ride your car out to niggas' neighborhoods, and hell
That's
no. Then I saw
crazy.
everybody everybody in here broke. I got the best car in the entire parking lot.
Damn.
Something's wrong with that, because I'm a college student.
Yeah, I'm straight off that door-to-door shit, bro.
You ever got fired, or you had some bad job?
Nah, I
experience?
never got fired before. I'm always an A1 worker there.
Fuck out of here.
Real shit.
This nigga dropping chickens.
The ace on the table.
Nigga, nobody never called me though. Nigga, my worst job probably even beyond fucking Boston Market, nigga. I worked for the census. Nigga, I was going door to door, nigga, knocking on
That's
fucking
funny.
doors out. I remember this one time. I went up to this house. I know it was a lot of people outside, and I guess they realized we were coming around. Nigga, all these essays ran into the house, dog. I'm knocking on the door, nigga. I just seen y'all motherfuckers. I look in the window, nigga. These motherfuckers on the floor quiet. Like, nigga, I don't work for the INS. What the fuck?
Why you looking at
This
the
is what's scared.
windows?
Cause
Leave
nigga, I
them
just
alone.
seen these motherfuckers. Like, shit was crazy, dog.
Yeah, no.
And what you got paid for that job? How much you
Nigga,
getting paid?
probably $7.55 an hour, dog.
For those like
Hot as fuck in the middle of July, dog. Wearing a shirt, dog.
What year was this, nigga? Doing the census? I think they paid them nigga like 15 an hour
It
now.
was 2010, right? I think that's when we had our last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga, 2010.
Damn.
Shit, them niggas never paid me for that shit that I did. That's crazy.
The census worker?
No, not the census, the door-to-door
Door
water.
to door shit. Me
Yeah,
neither.
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
even expect the paycheck. I just
But
said, fuck
yeah,
it.
I ain't go back, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you know the biggest scam was that Primerica company getting all
Oh,
these
shit.
college students to go try to get your friends to join the company to make
Nigga,
money.
your brother
didn't
tried to
you-
sign
wasn't
me
he-
up.
Yeah, wasn't y'all in that shit? Like MCA
Yeah.
shit?
I went to
Yeah.
one of their meetings and I was like, "This shit ain't working, man. This is
Bruh.
bull-" yeah." I left.
Paul
that.
tried to get me on that shit 2 times, bro.
Yeah, he was mad. I was like, Paul, nobody signed up for your fucking Ponzi scheme.
That nigga was so mad.
Just come to
dog.
a meeting.
No,
Yeah.
the nigga one time told niggas, oh, you guys want to come over and watch basketball? I think Mike was telling the story, you know, other Mike. He was like, yo, the nigga came to the man's house, and it's like a whole other guy here. He got a whole, you know, a damn easel pretty much set up, and he's like, yeah, so you guys, I want to show you some numbers. And he's like, yo, you fucking set me up. We came to watch the game. And I'm like, yo, Paul, man, you got to have some type of etiquette, dog. Like,
Oh, so y'all was supposed to watch a basketball game and
Yeah.
you started doing that Primerica stuff. Oh,
yeah,
that's
you
funny.
had a whole goddamn, what you call them little boys you ride on, man.
Right,
Like,
a
what the
dry
fuck?
erase board.
Dry erase board, man.
Nah,
That's dedication.
no,
And he ain't sign up shit.
the nigga who Paul had, bro, that nigga was so whack, bro. He was telling me, this is what his
Damn, he got
exact
you too?
words. Yeah, his exact words was like, he left a high-paying job to do Prime America. So I asked him, I said, hey, could you please tell me like the range of what you were making so I could see how worth it is? Then he was like, that's personal. And then he was like, well, you tell me in a few years what job you're going to be doing, and if you're not going to take this opportunity. And I was just like, all right, bro, you know what I mean?
you.
I'll think about this. And I was like, I know I'm never going to do this shit. Fast forward, me and my homeboys, we drove from Boca to Miami to go to some fucking club. And then, you know, after the club, niggas go to Denny's, IHOP. I see that same dude passed out at Denny's. by himself. And I was just like, look at this motherfucker,
You
dog.
should have kicked his
Look
ass.
at, I wanted to tap him and be like, hey, you good, bro? You straight, bro? You need some help? Like, I can pay for this if you want.
Jehovah, I don't
Nigga, I remember Paul was so mad, though. Paul called me. He was like, you wasting my fucking time. I was like, yo, Paul. I was like, Paul, chill, son.
That's funny.
That shit was funny as hell, though. Dog. He be serious about that shit.
Because, you know, the nigga's so gullible, man. Like,
No, I ain't gonna say he gullible. That's
Man, he gullible, man. You tell that nigga anything, he ride or die for that shit. Like, I don't know. I just ain't never been that kind of person. Like, if I gotta pay to get a job, I don't need the shit. Plain and simple. If I gotta pay you, nigga, what can you pay me?
True.
That was always my take on it, man.
So y'all ever had a bad boss, or what made a bad boss for y'all?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I got one right now, boy.
Yeah.
Lord.
Damn.
I can't say too much because it's my current.
I was about to say, yeah, that's your current job.
Big
All right,
girl.
so we got to go to the previous one. Don't do this.
Talk about the previous
Your
one.
boss don't watch this show.
She don't. But,
All right.
No, just talk about the previous one.
All right, the
Previous.
previous
The
one.
previous.
So she was, she pounced around because she had some type of like
Lipo or some shit.
No. She first of all, she was ugly as shit. We called her grandma at the job. Number one, she got rainbow teeth in the front. You know, like she been sucking her thumb too long. I don't know if she was Spanish or what, but she swears she black. She got like some type of health issue, so she walks around telling everybody, "I got this, I got that." I'm like, bitch, we don't care. As if like we're supposed to feel sorry for her. But then the thing is, she got a new position, and she acted like she knew everything, but she knew so very little. And it was crazy because there was so many complaints about her before they put her in the position that she's in, and it's like they ignored it. And I'm like, yo, she's incompetent. Like, she doesn't know what she's doing. She has a bad attitude. You can't talk to her and correct her because then nigga, I had to tell this lady in the email because she put period in the email. P-E-R-I-O-D, all caps. I said, what the fuck are we?
City girl, nigga.
I said, yeah, we in Miami. I forgot. But, and the thing about it, she's not even a ghetto chick.
Period.
But it just...
Period. But you know what I noticed though? I noticed like a lot of women tend to be like the worst bosses.
Absolutely.
And that shit blows me. Like
Absolutely. It's a power struggle.
the need for power sometimes.
And I think what it
dominance.
is too is that, a lot of these hoes,
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna say them all, but a lot of them, the ones that come to work with the fuck shit, and it's crazy. I work with predominantly women, and they'll always tell you like, the reason why this shit just ran how it's ran, and why this operate the way it should, is because there's too many women here.
True.
And men don't have. I remember when the men we did have in positions of power, it was stress fucking free. We looked at other, companies and other offices that had predominantly men or men in higher positions. No fucking drama. It was completely like it was camaraderie. Everybody was cool with each other. It was cool. But with women, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Fuck the feminist movement. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I know when I was in the legal office in Miami Gardens, the city attorney is a woman, and her whole staff was women. She just hired all women. I was the only guy there for that summer as an intern. And it was a really good. She ran a really good office. So I guess it depends on the woman.
No, for sure. But
Overall,
from what I've seen, women
the-
have been the worst bosses for me.
Majority, because a lot of the hoes not getting fucked at home.
What?
No, it is. I had to really sit down and dissect this shit. I was dealing with this shit every day. I said, yo, what the fuck is really going on at work?
Duh.
And so I was like, yo. And I remember one of my supervisors coming in one day screaming about her husband didn't come home during the hurricane. I think this was when we had, what was the last hurricane we had that was big? Was it Irma?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Just say it was Irma. And it had to been about 3 years ago maybe, or maybe 2. And pretty much she didn't see her husband in the whole fucking week. He said he working every fucking day, 7 days a week. Who the fuck he lying to? And I'm like, bitch, he's fucking every day. like he's sliding. And we knew this shit. And her husband was a fucking flirt. He came by the job one day to, I think, drop off food and try to flirt with one of the coworkers. And the coworker came and told me. And I'm like, yeah, that's the type of nigga she got married to. But it was crazy because she took that anger out on everybody at the job. Like, she tried to get us to work against each other. Oh, Mike said this about you. Or Katrina said this about you, Mike. And I'm like, listen, bitch, I ain't an ox. I ain't saying shit. That's fine. Fuck these hoes. I don't care.
That's
I
crazy.
go at 5 o'clock. Fuck all of them.
I'll say that's true because most women would say that about other women who are like
Absolutely.
stuck up. They'd be like, she needs some dick or some shit like
Yeah.
that. And that you have no choice but to believe that shit. Then if women are saying it,
But
that's
that's
the reason.
nah. See, that hasn't been my experience, so I don't know what y'all two niggas
Right.
is talking about. my worst supervisor was the nigga that I was talking about earlier, the dude who tried to embarrass me, and that was his MO. He was like a bitch. Like,
Was he white?
nah, he was black.
He had a little dick.
Damn, he was a brother.
I don't know what. I ain't
A
interviewed the
brother,
nigga.
dog.
He was just a bitch ass nigga when we was working. And what's crazy was before he got promoted to his position, we were just co-workers, and he was cool. I was like, when I heard he got promoted, I was like, yo, congratulations. I was genuinely happy for the dude. But then as soon as he became a supervisor, things completely changed.
Get my coffee, bitch.
Oh no, if he ever would have said that, then I'd have got fired for
But
real,
he
for
probably
real.
was watching all the stupid shit he used to do at work. And
No,
now
I
he
wouldn't.
peep-
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
nah.
Now he know what to look
What-
out for.
what-
But it
job
wasn't.
was this?
But it wasn't just. I didn't have a. It wasn't me. It wasn't just me that he had a problem with. Like, it was a problem with a lot of people. Like, he was not liked at the job. Like, multiple people put in requests to be removed from under him to go to another supervisor because he was just so much of a dick. And what's crazy, the dude who was his direct supervisor at one point in time was also a dick, and he was worse. Now, this dude was a white dude. He was a white older man. And I don't remember what he said, but he tried me. And I gave him that look like, fool, we could square up. So he used to work for some MLB team, and he had a championship ring. And he turned the ring to I think he peeped the game, and he turned it to kind of say, nigga, I'll punch you with this ring. And in my brain, I was like, dog, if I fire off on this nigga right now, he hit me with this ring, I was like, fool, I'm finna go to jail, bro. Because the
fuck
next
that
time I
shit.
come,
Go
because
at
the
him.
next time I come to this shit, bro, it's not gonna be no fight, bro. Because it's gonna be straight like violence. I was like,
Go
yeah.
at him.
So I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I can't do this shit. So I complained to the vice president.
Damn.
And the nigga was like-
Karen.
I had fool because it was
Oh, that one ain't
no,
shit.
no. Fool, fuck that. If it came down to this, it was 0 to 100. It was like, look, I can't settle this with you without violence, because he's an unreasonable ass nigga. Him and my direct supervisor were both two unreasonable ass niggas. So the VP dude was like, you know what? If it's a serious issue, just report it straight to me, because they couldn't move me to another team at the time. So they was just like, dog, just do your job, and if it's a problem, just report to me, and you don't gotta say nothing to them niggas. And I was like, good, because both of them is fuck niggas. Like, both of them is fuck niggas.
Right.
Well, let me tell you about a bad experience I had on a job. I was working at a law firm, and this attorney, like my supervising attorney, his wife is very jealous, and then he's such a he's so weak. Like his wife, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be polite, but his wife kind of runs the situation. She'll
You a
tell him,
bitch.
yeah, all right. I'm trying to say that, but yeah, like he kind of covered. He was doing something one time. He covered and he tossed my name. He said he told his wife he was out with me. So then she calls the job and she called the law firm. She's like, "Can I speak to Peter?" And then they transfer her to me. And then even before that, he was on the phone with his wife and he's like, "Well, can I tell her that you were with me?" I'm like, "No, I don't got nothing to
What
do
you
with that.
mean?
No, keep me out of it.
Keep
Keep me out of it, nigga. I ain't do nothing."
Hold on, was he black?
Nah, he's Muslim.
What?
Wait, time out.
That's funny.
Time out.
No, he's not black. He's like light skinned Muslim.
Whoa,
A
what is that?
light-skinned-
Whoa.
He still don't get it.
You didn't make it any better,
A
bro.
light skinned guy. He's
No,
not
where
black.
is he from?
I don't know, Pakistan.
Oh, he's from the Middle East. He's Middle Eastern.
He's Middle Eastern.
Oh my god.
No. He's not white.
He's
That's
Muslim.
funny. Yes, there are black Muslims. All right.
Whoa. Oh no, that happened to me. That happened to me when I was at fucking Outback.
Islamabad.
And I was at Outback, and I asked the waitress. I was like, "Yo, have you had the pork chops?" And then she said, "No, I don't eat pork." And so I asked her. I said, "Oh, why are you Muslim?" And she said, "No, I'm Dominican." And the whole table looked at her like, "Crazy, you're what?" But finish your
That
story.
don't have nothing to do with not eating pork, being Dominican. And then like
Like being Muslim and black.
that's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, and
Idiots.
he was taking because he was having some problems in the marriage. His wife was actually cheating on him, or he was cheating on her.
You
She's
ain't
so
covered
jealous,
for
and then he was kind of taking. He was like being mean on the job. And I'm like, dude, I'll fucking lose this job. I don't really care. Like, I don't like come at like people were starting to calm me down because I'm like I kind of need the job, but sometimes I get to the point where I don't fucking care. And then I'm like, man, I started having to
I
take
can't imagine
walks
you being
because
a
I was
tough
like, I don't know.
So,
I ain't-
so
that's funny.
So what do y'all think about like minimum wage right now?
What?
How
It
do y'all
needs to
feel
be.
about it? Like,
I don't know, like
That was a
some of
hard
these
switch.
jobs.
I don't know.
That's funny.
I don't know about fucking
Well,
Muslims
that
and
was.
black-
Let me give you one. Right, that was a close to minimum wage job, and now we switch it up. I would love to have gotten paid more for that job because, like, some of the people they think that because you're a legal assistant or whatever. Some people have. It was a nonprofit.
This is my answer.
It was a nonprofit, and then so our clients aren't really paying, and then they really need help, and some of them they'll treat you, they're rude and all this shit, and it's like, man, I don't want to deal with your shit. You like,
Wait, well, what was the conclusion to that story though, right quick?
I ended up leaving the job
Because
Okay,
of that
good.
incident?
Nah, not because of the incident, just because I moved down to Miami.
Oh, okay,
Alright.
okay. I
But
remember
like,
that.
I was glad when I found a job opportunity to come back to Miami because like, I was, I prefer a healthy
Okay,
work
we get it.
environment. I ain't trying to have no negative energy at work and stuff. I hate stuff
That's
like that.
funny, bro. If you gonna do some shit like that, you gotta cover for me. You gotta let me know.
Tell
'cause-
me ahead of time. Don't have her call me
Yo.
like that. Because then when I answer, I didn't know. No, was he with you? I said no. Like no one told me ahead of time. She just asked me and then I answered. And then she's like, "Can I speak to my husband?" And then he's calling. I'm like, "Don't answer the phone. I gotta talk to you first. Don't answer the phone." And then he answers it, and then he starts to blow up, and he's kind of weird. He starts hitting his head on the table and screaming and shit.
All right, so he was crazy.
That nigga got problems.
So more of the story is cover for your boss, bro.
Nah, dude, let me know.
Yo,
Don't let me get blindsided
The
like
moral of
that.
the story should be that. Let me know. Yeah.
First, I don't want to deal with it. But if you're gonna do
I'll do
that,
it.
you got to tell me ahead of time.
I'll do it because that
Even
means
if-
you gonna trade.
Look
Yeah.
out for the homie. If you hear something, you gotta know to look out. Period.
Hey.
You ain't gotta have no heads up. If
Hell
I'm
nah.
like, Peter, wasn't I with you the other day?
Dude,
You
this
supposed
shit,
to say
it just came out of nowhere. Like you just
It
working,
don't matter,
you just
nigga.
working and shit, and then
Nigga,
boom.
that's Bro Code episode 3.
That's funny.
Listen to that shit a couple more times. Bro.
Well, that's it. That's what's up though. This is the Shameless Ghost, man. We out here.
Hey.
See you guys.